Hey everyone, today I want to tell you one of the most powerful and touching stories from the Bible. It's called the parable of the prodigal son. Don't worry about the big word prodigal. It simply means someone who wastes what they have. This story is about family, mistakes, forgiveness, and love. And trust me, you'll see yourself somewhere in this story. Once upon a time, there was a father who had two sons. They lived together on a farm. The father worked hard, and the sons had everything they needed. One day, the younger son came to his father and said, "Dad, I don't want to wait until you're gone to get my share of the family property. Give me my inheritance now." Now imagine that. Basically, the son was saying, "I want my money and I want it now. I don't care about waiting. I want to live my own life." Surprisingly, the father didn't argue. He divided his property between the two sons. The older son stayed at home, but the younger son took his share, packed his bags, and left for a faraway city. At first, life was fun for the younger son. He had money to spend, new friends to party with, and no rules to follow. He bought fancy clothes, ate the best food, and spent nights laughing and dancing. But here's the problem. Money runs out when you don't use it wisely. Slowly, his coins disappeared. His so-called friends left him when he had nothing to give. To make things worse, a terrible famine hit the land. That means there was not enough food anywhere. The once rich young man was now broke, hungry, and alone. He got the only job he could find, feeding pigs in a field. For a Jewish boy, this was the lowest kind of work because pigs were considered unclean animals. He was so hungry that he even thought about eating the pig's food. That's how low he had fallen. One day, while sitting in the mud with the pigs, the young man came to his senses. He thought to himself, "Wait a minute, my father's workers back home eat better than this. Even the servants at my father's house live better than I do right now. What am I doing here?" So he made a plan. He said, "I'll go back home. I'll tell my father, 'Dad, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I don't deserve to be your son anymore. Please, just make me one of your servants.'" With that, he stood up and started the long walk back home. Now, here's where the story gets really powerful. The Bible says that while the son was still far away, his father saw him coming. That means the father had been watching the road, hoping and waiting every single day for his son's return. And what did the father do? Did he wait with folded arms, ready to scold him? No, the father ran. Yes, he ran down the road, hugged his son tightly, and kissed him. The son began his little speech. "Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I don't deserve to be called your son." But before he could even finish, the father shouted to the servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Get the fattened calf. Let's cook it and celebrate. My son was dead and is alive again. He was lost, but now he is found." And just like that, the party began. But wait, the story doesn't end there. Remember the older brother? He had been working in the fields. When he came home and heard music and dancing, he asked what was going on. The servants told him, "Your brother is back, and your father is celebrating." The older brother got angry. He refused to go inside. He thought it wasn't fair. He said, "I've been working hard for years, never disobeyed my father, but he never threw a party for me. And now, this son of his wastes all the money and gets a celebration? That's not right." The father came outside and gently said, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate because your brother was lost, and now he's found. He was gone, but now he's home." And that's the end of the parable. But the message is deep. The younger son shows us what happens when we choose to walk away and waste our blessings. The older son reminds us that sometimes we can be bitter when others receive forgiveness, forgetting that we too live every day in the Father's love. And the Father? He represents God's heart, always loving, always waiting, always ready to forgive, no matter how far we've gone. This story is a picture of hope. No matter how many mistakes you've made, you can always come home. And when you do, there's no lecture, no punishment, just open arms and celebration. So, the next time you feel lost or far away from where you should be, remember this story. The Father's arms are always open. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed getting lost in that story, Do me a favor and let me know by giving the video a like. For more stories like this, subscribe to the channel and tap that bell to get notified the moment I upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.